Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, because tonight I have a story that might just make your imagination run wild. Picture this: a sun-drenched garden, tucked away behind wrought iron gates, where the scent of blooming jasmine mingles with an air of tantalizing mystery. Curious yet? This tale comes from the letter of a so-called Ella, though I assure you, names have been changed to protect the oh-so-guilty. So, let's set the stage. Ella gets an invitation, delivered so discreetly, you'd think it was top-secret government intelligence. The envelope reads, "An evening to remember. Dress accordingly." Because, shocker, this is no ordinary event. Ella, a curious spirit with a penchant for fun and mischief, decides to crash what she later refers to as the secret garden party. And yes, it's every bit as intriguing as it sounds. As she approaches the lush estate, Ella is greeted by a man in a tailored black suit who looks like he could moonlight as a GQ model. His piercing blue eyes do all the talking, handing her a gold mask. For anonymity, he smirks. Intriguing, right? Anonymity? What are we getting up to here? Ella muses to herself, sliding the cool mask over her face, feeling suddenly, deliciously unreadable. Inside, the garden is transformed into a wonderland of fantasy. Fairy lights strung between trees, champagne fountains, and guests dressed to impress, because nobody ever skimped on fashion when reveling in secrets. The crowd is a blend of elegance and charisma, each person more mesmerizing than the last. Ella catches sight of her reflection in a mirror adorned with tiny roses and barely recognizes herself. The power of the mask. It makes you feel bolder, untouchable. And then, like every good drama, she meets him. His name? Let's call him Alexander, because doesn't that just sound like a romance novel hero? Alexander is tall, broad-shouldered, with that effortless James Bond kind of allure. He approaches Ella with the kind of confidence only attainable by people and characters who've never had a bad day in their life. "Enjoying the mystery?" he asks, handing her a flute of champagne. She takes a sip and feels both the bubbles and his presence working their magic. Talk about intoxicating. But oh no, that's where the plot thickens. As the evening unfolds, Ella senses there's more to this party than meets the eye. She hears whispers among the guests, secretive murmurs about rooms and rules. Intrigued, she follows the flow of the party and ends up in front of yet another set of doors, gilded this time and guarded by, not one, but two Alexander types. If one wasn't enough for your pulse to quicken, there were two. Nice touch, right? Ella takes a deep breath and steps through. Inside, she discovers a maze of secret gardens, each one more breathtaking, and dare I say, scandalous, than the last. Imagine a hidden world where fantasy reigns supreme. The themes? Each room is like a mood board for a forbidden novel. In one, a table set for two with blindfolds and handcuffs artfully arranged like centerpieces. In another, mirrors everywhere, floor to ceiling, capturing every angle from which stolen glances and sultry smiles could be exchanged. Let's just say Netflix wishes it could pull this level of steamy suspense. But this isn't Ella's first archaeological dig into the world of luxury and allure. She navigates it with a mix of curiosity and grace, exchanging cryptic conversations with strangers who all seem to share some deeper knowledge of what's happening. And our boy Alexander? Oh, he's there too. Always close enough to provide a sly comment or a look that could melt steel. What a gentleman. Or is he? Just as the night reaches its crescendo, with passion, drama, and enough plot twists to qualify as a bestseller, Ella uncovers the truth. This, my enchanted audience, was no ordinary garden soiree. Without giving too much away, the evening's premise revolved around exploring the fine line between fantasy and reality. And Ella? Well, let's just say she found herself smack in the middle of that ever-blurring boundary. So, how does it end? Let's just say that by the time the sun was breaking through the horizon, Ella left not just with memories, but questions. Most importantly, was it all real, or was it all an elaborate dance of illusion? The magic of the moment faded with the morning light, leaving her, and now you, to wonder. Now, my dear curious viewers, I ask you, if an invitation found its way to your doorstep, with nothing but the words, "An evening to remember," would you take the leap? Or would you let the fear of the unknown hold you back? Let us know in the comments, or send me a steamy tale of your own. You know, totally not based on a true story, of course. Until next time, embrace the mystery, and always, always, dress accordingly.